Hey there, Wes Dove here with Dove Development and Consulting. Wanted to get a quick message out just to say here's what you can expect over the next several days from a daily dose of leadership. So last Friday, Cindy and I had our first session in 2020, a mix of some in person, but some virtual, with a group of business owners that we call the Executive Leadership Elite Think Tank. And our topic was really digging into how to build a mission and vision that team members can really buy into. Now, it was really built on the lesson that we provided for about a dozen business owners and higher level executives, was really built around something that we had touched on in our Leading at the Next Level series several months prior, actually several lessons prior, maybe not months. One of which was, how do we create a culture where employees are always working to exceed expectations, to exceed the expectations of what the customers have of us. And went into a second lesson that was really built on about the power of a candid conversation, because there's always going to be times that employees just maybe miss the mark. They're not exceeding expectations. Shoot, they're maybe not even meeting expectations, and we've got to address it. And how do we really build that culture that's not punitive, but that's really encouraging? Now, one of the things that we really talked about in Friday's session was, gosh, if we want to build a culture of exceeding expectations, if we want to be clear about our mission, our vision, our purpose, if you will. And we referenced some really excellent content, some different books from some authors that we've been able to get to know and really study recently and so on. But if we do that, one thing has to be clear to everybody in the organization, whatever that level is, whatever level they're at, and it may be different. And that's, gosh, if we want to exceed expectations, we've got to understand what those expectations are. And for me, when I deal with a customer or client, I need to make sure that I'm asking the question of, what do you expect from this transaction, from this interaction? What do you want to walk away? And sometimes that might mean that I've got to paint the picture of, here's what you can hope to walk away with, and here's how you need to do it. Here's how you need to make sure. Over the next several days in a daily dose of leadership, we're going to talk about the importance of really clarifying those expectations. I take this all back to something I heard John Maxwell share about 5.5, 6 years ago. He says, guys, it was a relatively small group of us with John, and he says, you need to understand, if you're going to carry my name, if you're going to use my content and so on. When I was going through the initial licensing process, he says, most people don't exceed expectations. Realistically, only about 5% of the population ever do what it takes to exceed expectations. About 15% of the people meet expectations, but that's where they stop. Okay, the box is checked, I'm done, that's where it's at. He said, but 80% of the people never even meet expectations. And we can take that a whole bunch of different ways. But what I'm going to say here is, gosh, it makes it so much easier to be in that 5% if indeed we're willing to find out what those expectations are, if we're willing to clarify it and so on. Now, I'm going to change gears here. I really hope you're part of a daily dose of leadership. If you're not, if you're seeing this video somewhere and you don't currently have access to a daily dose of leadership, the link is in wherever you're seeing this, that you can sign up. It's no cost. You get a free video from John talking about how to balance candor with care and so on. That's awesome in and of itself, but I really think you'll get value from a daily dose of leadership. But changing gears, I want to invite you on February 12th. It's a new series that Cindy and I launched in January. This is our second one. We're doing a monthly webinar at no cost. We want to add value. We want to be a blessing. We're going to, through that webinar, promote our digital courses that have a lot of cool stuff baked into them. But in the webinar, it's no strings attached. You sign up, here's what you get. The February webinar is called How Top Leaders Set the Tone for Recruitment and Retention. And it's been approved for continuing education credit through the Society for Human Resource Management and the Human Resource Certification Institute. In this case, it's not been approved for credit through NAB in RCS, the National Association of Long-Term Care Administrator Boards. But the course that we're going to be offering, a brand new digital course that we're formally rolling out on February 12th. It's already there, but we're rolling it out. We're offering some cool discounts and so on and so forth on recruitment, retention, and culture that has been approved by NAB. So there's a lot of opportunities, whether you're in an EHR world, you're in senior living, you've got those different things. So we'd invite you to join on February 12th, no cost. It's 2:30 p.m. Eastern, and all the stuff can be found. I think I've got the link as well. It's as simple as as clicking the blue button. It takes you to put your name and email in, you secure your spot, you get all the information emailed directly to you. We'll be setting up some social media events, but understand that if you don't do the formal registration, you don't get the emails. So checking yes on the events.net. So anyway, that's it for now. Look forward to seeing you soon. Hope you'll join us for this, but more importantly, hope you're really taking the steps to exceed expectations. Make it a great day. God bless.